Hey, everybody, how's it going? Tonight with me, as always, I have the lovely Mina. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Tonight with me, as always, I have the lovely Mina. My sound came on for a second. I shut it off.
Okay.
It should be good now.
I was getting an echo. Hello, everybody. Sorry, Hauntlings. We're having some technical difficulties today.
The ghost decided to hop inside the machines and screw with stuff.
Of course.
Can everybody hear us?
I believe
And
we're good.
and our lovely guest today is the always amazing As the Raven Dreams.
I don't know about always amazing, but I'll take it. Hello, everybody.
I think you're
I
always
said what
amazing.
I said.
I know what you said.
I agree. He's always amazing.
I do my best.
I bet your patience will agree with me, too.
I bet you she would. And will. Y'all don't gotta talk me out. People know who I am and how I am at this point.
I literally tell people you're my benchmark for like audio quality and like narration quality. Not that I'm comparing myself to you, but your stuff is so good that like that's like the level I want to get my stuff to because it sounds that freaking good.
Yeah,
Hey,
between him and Sabian.
I'll say if it gets you to consistently improve, that's a win in my book.
Yeah. And if you don't know who As the Raven Dreams is, where are you living?
That rock you need you live under, push it aside and come out to the real world. I know it's bright and it hurts your eyes at first, but you'll get used to it.
Was anybody notice that the sun was very bright today?
No, I didn't notice at all while I was blinding me on my drive home.
Oh, okay. So, let's welcome everybody. We've got Patience, who is the wonderful Lady Raven. One of these days, we're going to drag her in here and get some secrets about Raven. We've got Lady Spookaria, Danny Dreadful, and we've got Lily C. Nation, who had a live stream last night that was pretty cool. If anybody missed it, it's up on our channel. We've got Evil Outcast. And Creepy Cody.
Yep, we got Creepy Cody. Usually where you see Danny Dreadful, you'll find Cody. They usually come as a package.
Cool. That's nice to know.
Yeah.
But if you missed last week, Danny was our guest last week. You should check it out. It was a good show. But after this, do not leave or I will haunt you.
He means it.
Yeah, he means it because he haunts me a lot. No.
I once stepped away from a live stream he was in and I can't get rid of him.
Raven said hi to me once and I was like, my Raven! It was funny because after like the very first live stream I attended in Raven's stream, when we were talking about Blockbuster, we're like Blockbuster bros, and that was like when me and Raven were like forged our friendship. It was over both working at Blockbuster.
Yep. That's how it went.
Thank you, Evil Outcast, and everybody else who has shared the stream out. I know that I saw Lily sharing it out, and Danny, High Infinite Psychosis.
We are up, Psychosis.
Back.
Actually, I think that line is ugly bags of mostly water. Sorry.
Fair. It's descriptive and it fits, I suppose. It's accurate.
It's all humans are ugly bags of mostly water. Thank you, Star Trek.
We're a flesh balloon filled with we are flesh balloons filled with organs.
Yeah.
If you remember what I'll give you a clue. Next Generation episode. That comes from, which is kind of interesting that would come from a sci-fi show and not a horror type venue. But anyway, Danny's had a large whiskey sour. We're in for it, guys.
Uh-oh.
And if you have any questions for Raven, please let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Danny
grab
can
'em
hold
and
her
ask him.
alcohol.
I don't know. I had an almost catastrophe that was not quite technical earlier. My mic decided that the clamp was going to follow it to the floor.
Then you had a calamity of epic proportions with the technology.
Mm-hmm.
It has not been your day.
Nope. I think I need to have a talk with people here. Mainly my computer.
Tell the spirits to knock their shit off.
I don't know that. I think we've got something other than the 10-year-old in here right now. You agree to exist, Raven?
If I say yes to that, well, you know what? I don't have a choice. I agree by existing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask. That's a Sibukaria
Just say
thing.
no, man. Just say no, it's a trap.
I can't
That's
say
a
no.
binding verbal agreement with Lady. Your soul's now hers.
The problem is, if you read that binding legal agreement, it literally says you agree by existing. So by existing, I am bound legally to their contract. Her and MCT have thought of this. It is watertight. I tried to get out, PA.
I no longer exist. I am a figment of all of your imaginations. That is on you, not on me.
I am a figment of your imagination, so that's just, actually, and there's hair-raising narrative. Actually,
Hey, HR.
Filia is not with us today for personal reasons, medical reasons. Please give her all your prayers and everything. I'm not going to get into what the problem is, but she needs all the positive energy she can get right now. If I'm part of your imagination, I still exist. Okay, lady.
No, Lady, I'm part of your imagination. I don't actually exist. You, thought of me, and that's on you. I am just a voice in your head.
Ooh, voices in my head. I used to tell people that I was a figment of their imagination and I was just electroids that were coming together on a computer to talk with them. And then they wanted me to go to Rocky Horror Picture Show with them. So I used an ATM to get a physical form so that I could do that.
It's weird.
Does that mean you're my thought baby?
That's a really weird thing to say. This conversation has gotten really weird.
You know what? Lady? For you, I will be your thought baby.
As the Raven's dreams, I'm your lawyer. Call me. Oh,
You're not my lawyer.
Oh God, she's not only legally binding you to have you agreeing for her to have your soul. Now she's also your lawyer. You're never getting anything back, bro.
I don't remember ever agreeing to any of this.
You agreed just by existing, dude.
Yeah, I know that's the problem.
The second you were brought into this world, you just agreed. Terms of service, man.
So I've got a question, Raven.
Okay.
About 6 months ago or so, it may be longer than that by now. When you were doing live streams, your dad always came in and was talking with everybody. Where's he been lately? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. I have no idea what the hell he's doing.
Okay.
Whenever it comes to my live streams, at least, he's fine. We talk
I
frequently.
see him once in a while pop in on Raven's live stream, say hi, and then.
Well, he knows that Raven knows that I pop in because I usually miss them. I pop in and listen to them afterwards, so I get to see everybody's discussions and everything. But I haven't seen his name.
No, yeah, he hasn't been to a Sunday live stream in a long time. I don't really live stream much during the day or evening as much as I used to. No, I've mentioned that to him before as well. It's just one of those things. I think he's moved on. The excitement of this has forsaken him. He's no longer excited for me doing this, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. I was just wondering because that was something that was always going on.
Right.
And
no, that was just my long-winded way of saying I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
I was whenever you said I have a question for Raven, I'm like, oh, we're actually doing that.
What is this? Some kind of interview show?
Right? We're actually going to interview Raven. So
there's all Raven's links if you need them. His YouTube, his Twitter, and his website. If you didn't know he had a website, he has a website, and you can send stories to him for him to record through his website very easily.
Yep, the website has a submission page. It also has pages where all of my stories that I've written are available for use to anyone who is a narrator. The only thing you have to do is say they're by me. It's CC by SA, basic licensing. Just say it's by me. Don't say you wrote it, and we're good. Do send me links. I would like to see if anyone does them, and promote it if I can.
Lady Spukaria has another question. Ka 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 maca ka.
Can't say that. That's racist.
She is on the fast train to the banhammer.
Right? You can't say that. God.
Oh my goodness.
So, Raven, I haven't actually got a chance to check it out. What's the video that you just dropped today?
It was a story that was submitted to me called "Through a Doll's Eyes" by Jonathan Nelson. The story is actually really, really good. I won't spoil it, but you can kind of assume, based on the title, the perspective of the story. And it's actually really good. Do recommend checking that out. It was my weekly... Well, it's actually the second creepypasta of the week, but yeah.
Nice.
A warning.
The other one was part 3 of Diary of a Drifter.
Ooh.
A warning to everybody. YouTube is doing their games again. Apparently, they are unsubscribing people from people, which they say they don't do, but they do it. It happens. So, make sure you check your subscriptions.
Yes.
Yeah. YouTube really doesn't want me to hit 450 because it's taken me back down to 445 like 8 times now.
Yeah.
Spoiler, I'm at 448, so if you guys can get 2 people to subscribe to me, we can screw over YouTube.
I'm at 459. Which I don't know how I'm at 459, but that's pretty cool.
But yeah, just watch your subscriptions because YouTube likes to do the things.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah, just... If you have alt accounts, check them every once in a while.
Definitely.
I'm not going to say that I don't have alt accounts. I have too many alt accounts.
Well, and that came up with me when I did the channel that I showed you earlier. I had the question where can you have more than one YouTube account associated with one Gmail account?
Yes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 channels associated with my main account.
Nice.
Okay, I didn't
don't worry.
know that.
Only 2 of them are active.
3 of them. Raven investigates.
That's the other one. The rest of them are old, defunct, no longer active.
What is that guy really investigating, Raven?
Well, the story I investigated last night was up till almost 12:30 doing research on it. Was a story about somebody whose name I can't remember. Thelma. Hang on. Give me a second. Where's... There it is. Reinvestigates. Episodes. Thelma Kroll, who was an elderly lady who went missing in Canada, in Winnipeg, in 2015. And she was missing for 3 years before they found her remains, and she is still missing, and there has been almost no movement in the case. So, with all respect to everyone who wants to poke, prod, and condemn me for quote-unquote not investigating anything, I am at a point where I'm refusing to put out a Raven Investigates until I have at least 4 scripts done. And I am at 3 of 4, so...
I got that.
As much as I was giving you crap, I was actually hoping you might actually have a case you were working on. So,
yes, yes.
On that case, is that one of the cases of the indigenous people that are disappearing up in Canada on that one stretch of highway? No, okay.
No, this was totally separate.
Okay.
She actually, it's a really sad case story. She went out for a jog at around 7:23 a.m. like she did every single day. And that was the last time she was seen. She just pretty much disappeared. Nobody found any evidence of her whatsoever. No information for 3 years until unfortunately, her remains were found. And by her remains, I pretty much just mean her skull. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a horrifying story.
Yeah. And
Hey, Raven,
truthfully,
chirp.
I appreciate all of the delicateness you put into those, because I really enjoy those.
Right.
Mandy does, respectfully. That's what I'm trying to say. It's respectfully done. It's not.
Right.
It's not done maliciously.
It's not solely done for entertainment. It's more of an infotainment where, yes, there is an entertainment factor, but it's informational and educational.
Right.
I like how Raven does that with his true stories too. He's like, in these outros, he'll say, I hope you found these stories entertaining, and if I can help, if I've educated at least one of you, then this video's done its job. With creepy encounters. Yeah, and not exploitative. That's actually a really good way to put it, Mandy. Thank you.
Question from Lady Spookarian. This is actually a serious question this time. What do you recommend for new creators to get started?
So, that question is a bit ambiguous. It can be taken a few ways. I'm going to go on the advice side of that, and that is a handful of things. First off, do not give up on what you're doing. It is not an immediate thing. You will not immediately find success unless you're somebody like Barely Sociable and happen to put out the right video at the right time about the right thing and be like super high quality. So for most people, it is a slow burn, and I know a lot of people agree with me on that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you on that one wholeheartedly.
Don't jump into it expecting that immediate success, like I said. So don't give up. Keep going at it. Consistency is absolutely key. Put out as much as you can on a consistent schedule. So if that means 1 to 2 videos a week, do that. But do it consistently at the same time every time you do it. Like mine always go up at 5:30 Central, and it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes more in between. But as long as you're hitting that minimum consistency, that's important. And finally, never, ever compare yourself to those around you. Do not compare yourself to your peers. Compare yourself to yourself. So look at yourself 6 months down the line from where you are from where you were to where you are, and use that as a measure of success. Sorry, words are hard. Don't jump into this and look at my channel and think, wow, he's doing so much better than me. Or look at PA and be like, he's got almost 500 subs and I have 20. Why is that? No. Everybody does their own thing. The audiences will come in time. And that you have to be you. You have to do as you do it.
Okay. Yeah. And I have a problem with basically all of that right now.
No, a lot. So I've done the same thing. I've compared myself to others. There have been a few channels where I've looked at them and thought, how the hell do they have as many subs as they have? And why am I nowhere near that? You can't do that. Because if you do that, the only thing you'll do is drag yourself down.
Yeah. And I agree with that. But it's very hard to do, guys. It really is.
Sure.
Well, that's why I said whenever we were talking earlier, and I told Raven that like he's the benchmark. He's like where I set my I want to be, but it's not like I'm comparing myself. It's that I'm striving to get that quality because I look up to it. So I'm not like so
right,
but I'm like I want to hit that. So I'm always trying to constantly improve. So I use that as motivation.
Yeah, do me a favor. Never use the statement "I want to hit that" whenever you're talking about me ever again.
But Raven, I love you, Raven. Yeah, Raven came out of the closet finally, so he's fabulous.
I've been out of the closet for a while now. That's not the point.
Yeah, he's now in the basement.
So, I am now in the basement. Using somebody that you look up to as a goal is fine, as long as you don't start to hit that mentality of comparing yourself to them. From day one of doing this, I've done that exact thing with Joel. Let's read. He has always been my epitome of what I want to become and what I want to do. And that's exactly how I've created myself. Like, not like mimicry, but using him as an inspiration, how he did things, how he's done things, seeing what works for him, what doesn't work for him, and other people. But he's been like the main one for me.
Yeah.
And that's fine. As long as you're not like copying them, you're just using them as inspiration. That's totally fine. But yeah, comparing is not good. Inspiration is good.
Lady Spicaria, why do I sound so surprised? I've seen your live stream, sweetheart. But no, I know you can be serious. I know it's not a thing. Lily, go take a shower. I completely understand the no AC issues. Trust me,
Yeah,
no electricity is not fun either.
No.
Let's see. Hey, Lizzie Battled has joined us as well.
Welcome, Lizzie.
And
Hello, Lizzie.
Christine Baker is here.
Hey,
Hi,
Christine.
Hey, Chris.
I get to say hello to her this time instead of Filia, because Filia is not with us today.
Hey.
Prayers for Filia.
You can call her your Chris now.
Mandy, you're right. Many people think of their channels as a racist sub against other channels, and that just sets you up for disappointment.
Right.
I can totally go with that. Raven started a year after me.
My first day was December 9th, 2019.
Yeah, just about 4 months after me.
Right.
And Raven's got like 3,000 plus subscribers, 4.91k something.
I'm about 83 away from 5,000.
And I'm still at
A big reason for that is Raven. Yeah, big reason for that. Raven, for almost an entire year, or if not over an entire year, put out a video a day. That boy was on the grind.
Well, Raven does,
It was a year.
Raven does put out just about one video a day. I've been thinking of stealing his little what is the word of the week?
You would be
idea?
the third person to do so. It's fine.
Yeah.
I stole it from Swamp Dweller, so what does it matter?
Well, Swamp Dweller would just say green beans in your comments somewhere and get
Right.
everybody to keep wondering what you're doing, you know.
Right, but it was from him I got the idea. And it's actually his fault that I did do a video a day for a year. He challenged me to do it for a month and then a year, and that's what I did. So I suppose I owe a good amount of that success to him.
Mm-hmm. I have found after last year's race to get everything up and all that, and the 72 hours I spent working on one video, I'm not physically capable of putting one out every day.
No, I had to dial it back. I do 4 a week minimum. It's my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Sometimes I do 5 just because I have extra fiction stories submitted to me or that I want to cover. And those typically come out on Thursdays. So Tuesdays and Sundays I don't do videos, but I do my live streams on Sundays.
EO, enjoyed your dinner? I bet you he's having tacos.
Nice. Enjoy your dinner, man.
He loves his tacos, I tell you.
Sounds like a good dinner. Tacos are good.
We had chicken nuggets. I mean, wait a minute. Lady Spicari is here.
Hey, they broke into your nugget stash. Get them!
Our kitchen is still partially out of action from the hurricane. So we're doing, if we can't grill it or use the air fryer, it usually doesn't get cooked.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
But
I was
hey,
gonna ask if everything was doing better there, because I know I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to stuff, honestly. So I was wondering how everything was doing.
yeah, FEMA, I talked to FEMA yesterday. I've got to go to the website and ask some questions because they're having, there's something, even though the IRS can put draft things directly to our bank account, apparently FEMA can't. I don't know
Okay.
why. I haven't figured that out. They just said they couldn't do it, so I've got to get in touch with them and find out what's going on there. We put in for the disaster food stamps and supposedly are going to have an interview on Monday. I say supposedly because they are doing a crap ton of people on Monday.
Oof.
Well,
Hopefully, if it's a ton of people, they just kind of, rubber stamp.
they're doing it over the phone too, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah, makes sense, but it's also weird.
He's like, well, what damage was done to your house? Well, I would never do this, and I didn't do this. But I can imagine somebody saying, well, I have one wall holding up my house. Even though they're not in that kind of condition. I can imagine them saying something like that and trying to get more money out of it. We obviously didn't say it. We've got probably 30-35% damage to the roof. We've got some ceiling damage. We have some damage to the shutters on the front of the house. But that's about it. It's not that bad. Angus was going to try to fix the dishwasher issue because when the power went out, it took out the dishwasher. Who would have thought that a short would cause a thermal fuse to bust?
Damn.
Can somebody tell me if you hear music? Just out of curiosity.
Patience, do you hear music?
Yes.
Yes?
Patience said yes.
I fixed it. I was sitting here still trying to. You know me.
You just said that, and I just turned it. I just turned up the volume just a little bit, and immediately heard music.
Good. I love your Glitch in the Matrix series. You know that.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to.
Is it hard to find those stories?
Yes. So, whenever I started doing it, it was not that hard. All those pretty much come from Reddit, unless they're submitted. The Glitch in the Matrix subreddit was really, really good for a long time, and then as much as I hate to say this, a lot of other people started doing those stories. And whenever they started doing them, there became a situation where there was more supply for the demand. And now it's hard to not find stories that are less than, most of them are 500 words and that's it. My whole thing is, if a story takes me less than 3 minutes to read, I really don't want to read it in a collection because it's just not...
Yeah.
It doesn't fit enough time. I have a very specific time frame for my videos, at least 20 minutes, so...
Yes,
it is
Danny.
actually quite difficult to find them.
Raven, yes, I agree. Raven's narrations are amazing, and Raven is always is great at trying to make himself available to newer people to assist with learning.
Yeah, I'd love to work with Swamp Dweller, but I haven't had the chance yet. There's a lot of people I haven't had a chance yet, and part of that is my health, and I'll admit that readily.
Right.
It just... I have to work within what my body will handle. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Hey, that's all you can do.
But, and of course, you've got Patience there beside you. Even though she's 6 feet away, that's still beside you, right?
Right.
And, I love hearing her giggle. I love hearing her actually helping out with some of your narrations, which is cool. And if you haven't heard her, there's actually the hotel that has this 13th floor. That's not the name of it.
Yeah. It's My Hotel Has a 13th Floor. You were close.
She does actually one episode almost by herself. And
Entirely by herself, yeah.
It's amazing. She's got a great voice. And an awesome giggle.
Patience' giggle is legendary.
Yes, it makes everybody giggle. Just saying.
You know who else has a giggle that just makes everybody happy? Is Lunar Lucy.
Yeah. I haven't seen her.
Come on,
around
PA.
that
Why
much.
don't you give us your giggle, buddy? Let's hear it.
I don't giggle.
No, come on. Let's hear it.
I never laugh. I am very serious, and we all
You
know this.
do laugh.
I have
heard...
no joking bones in my body. I am 100% serious.
There you go. There you go.
that was so hard to keep in. Like I just couldn't. I was just the whole time. I'm like, try not to laugh. Try not to laugh. Damn it.
We got him.
I have no serious bone in my body.
No.
Well,
yeah.
Unless you mess with somebody I care about, in which case, then it's on.
PA has a high-pitched giggle, saith Spookaria.
Yes.
Oh, God. I regret everything.
I did that just to make you regret everything.
Infinite. I bet you do laugh.
The only reason I ever go on Raven's live streams anymore is just to make things very awkward and uncomfortable for him, and then I leave.
Yeah. He does. He doesn't show his support anymore. It's just walking in, saying something awkward that's going to put me on the spot, and then he disappears.
No, I don't actually disappear. I end up having to drive, and I just straight up listen to you while I'm driving.
I was just giving you a hard time. I was just going with your narrative that you were pitching. Come on now.
Oh, but I do literally go into Raven's live stream, and my first objective always is to make Raven uncomfortable in some way or shape or form.
Yeah. Typically successful.
Hashtag Daddy Raven.
That is one of them.
We're going to have to figure out how to get Infinite Psychosis to laugh. He says he lost his funny bone.
Which dimension?
Right?
It's psychosis. Got to go with it. Which dimension did you lose it, buddy?
But which dimension are you currently in? Because I can just rip out a funny bone from a corpse and give it to you.
Christ, he doesn't have any spare ones in the basement.
Right? How do you not have any spare ones in the basement?
You should have some. It's impossible. I'm sure you can laugh. It's just going to have to be... We're going to have to find out what happened. And fix it. You know.
We'll just hang a few people in front of you. I'm sure that'll give you a good chuckle. It seems like Infinite's sense of humor.
It does. It took me a second. I'm like, well, that was... Okay, never mind. He's talking Infinite still.
Christine does awesome nail work. If anybody has seen her pictures on Discord or on Instagram or anywhere else. And I've seen Patience doing nail work, and it's really cool too.
Yeah, I've seen Patience nail work on Twitter, and it's always really good. Yeah. If you guys haven't seen Chris's nail work, I know all of you are in my server. Go to Filia and Chris's nail salon, and you'll see her work.
Yeah. The funny bone, no funny bone in the basement, only scary bones.
Well, every scary bone has a funny bone. Just find the funny bone.
The funny bone is usually in the middle of the scary bone. At least mine are. I mean, what?
Like I said, I told him I have a spare one, but it needs a marrow change.
No.
Is that like an oil change for bones?
Yeah. Yes, pretty much.
So, I'm going to ask this because I know what PA's answer is, and I know you have... Well, I think I know you have a answer.
Okay.
Dean or Sam?
I actually don't watch Supernatural.
Okay.
I don't really have a decision on that one.
Based off Raven's personality and based off the characters, he's a Bobby man.
I like Bobby.
That surly old cranky man would probably make Raven laugh his ass off. I am almost certain of it.
I'm sure I know the character. I'm sure I know who you're talking about. I'm like 99% certain I know who that is. I have watched it. I just didn't really. It wasn't my
He's
show.
like the surrogate father of the brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Their father's best friend. As the in some unholy dimension abandoned by God.
Oh.
So we need a glitch over there.
Alright, I'm sure I could open a portal. I just need the longitude and latitude.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's what I thought. So Jim Beaver, the guy who played Bobby in
Supernatural.
Supernatural, thank you, also played Lawson in Breaking Bad. So I would say let's go with him because I love Breaking Bad. So
I've never watched Breaking Bad.
he played the guy that gave Walt his gun in Breaking Bad.
I
knew that was the same guy.
Yeah, the glitches are great. You don't call them that. You call them something else.
I call what?
The true subscriber stories, your dark web take off all the time.
Yeah, those are hard to get. So, okay, I guess if we're going stories I have, or story topics, yes, Mondays is glitches. Wednesdays is either creepy encounters, true scary story collections, or paranormal. And Fridays is always theme-based. So it's always based on themes like clown stories, high school stories, urbex stories, stuff like that.
And then
Saturdays is spooky spaghetti.
Yeah. Which is usually something that somebody's written and sent to you.
Yes, it's a creepypasta of some sort.
Now, backroom horrors.
Okay, the ones by Blake, or just in general?
Well, both.
Okay.
And this is my own curiosity here. How are they different than glitch stories?
Backroom horror stories are just purely fictional. Backroom is kind of like a legendary style creepypasta thing, like Jeff the Killer or Siren Head kind of thing. But I guess in the end, Backroom would actually be kind of a glitch in the Matrix style creepypasta. But my glitch stories are all, and I put this in my descriptions, quote unquote, supposedly true. I don't verify them, obviously. So take that as you will. But those are actually, the ones on Mondays are true stories.
Well, I can understand that because, I mean, anything that you say is a true story, and this is for anybody who does narrations. Anything that you say is a true story, it's true to the person who's saying it's true.
Right.
You can't verify them beyond that. I wrote a creepypasta story based on a urban legend, and I had people saying, "Did that really happen to you?" And I'm like, "No, but I was learning to drive." The story is, the urban legend is based on truth.
Right.
There have continued to be, where I grew up, instances of it happening repeatedly and people being caught and put in jail, which is very sad to me. But one of my friends, when I was learning to drive, actually was stopped by this guy. And my dad wouldn't let me drive in the dark until I was 18 because of this. Because he was afraid that I would be targeted. So, I had personal feelings that I could put into the story. So I guess that brings it out into truth or something.
Right. Inspired by true events kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Welcome, Janet Carr-Walton from Scotland.
Yes, welcome. And thank you for the good wishes. That's pretty far away.
And good luck.
I think she's the comment I just responded to for the Nevermore Collective.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we're caught up on comments. Yes, you can comment on the videos and the live streams, guys, because we do check them.
Yes. We respond to them as quickly as we can. There's so many of us that we don't always get to them, which may sound counterproductive in that statement. You think with more of us we would get to them, but the host like CCG from Grave Matters wouldn't respond to a Tavern kind of comment kind of thing.
Right.
I try to respond to all of them if I can.
And I wouldn't respond to a Tavern or the monster mythologies or
Right.
the gaming unless I was involved in the gaming.
Right.
Ooh, you're cozied up with your black cat. That's cool.
That sounds lovely.
That sounds comfortable.
It does. PA, you still there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
I was just letting you guys talk. I didn't want to interrupt.
You're good.
Who's cozied up with a black cat?
Janet.
I was almost going to put money that was Danny because she also has a black cat.
Oh, cool.
I should have taken that bet. No? Okay.
Try this time like a space curve. That's going to be dangerous. Infinite.
I don't space curve. I've seen people curve bullets, and that doesn't work. So I'm not playing space curves.
Psychosis is just flexing his fourth dimension abilities. That's all.
Yeah. And if you have,
if he's all high and mighty, how can he get a hold of a funny bone?
He unplugged. He unplugged from the Matrix. He said that earlier.
That's his fault.
Yeah, I know.
If you're listening and you haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. What the hell is that noise?
I don't hear anything.
I've got a random noise.
I was taking a drink or something. You might have heard me putting my cap back on.
No, I don't think it was you. I think it was Crisp, but I can't be sure if it was Crisp.
But if you haven't already, make sure you check out the Birdman. His links are in the description below.
They're also pinned to the top, and I'm going to go ahead and drop them in here again.
The Birdman is very close to 5,000. Let's get the Birdman to 5,000.
Very close. At 5K, I'm going to be doing a merch giveaway. So I think it sounds like a good idea to sub to me.
And if you want to check Mia and me out too, you can. We're not.
Yeah, they're people.
We're people. We're people that tell spooky stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I know I sound like an owl.
That actually was a really good. That was a really good bird noise that I just made, and I didn't know I could do that.
You told your hubby to subscribe. Cool, Danny. Hi, Fearsome Hero.
Hey, Fearsome.
It has been a while.
What's up, Fearsome?
I forgot what I was going to say, damn it. Possessed Radio, how are you doing,
look
Steven?
at the shiny.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Steven, what's going on, sexy man?
I shouldn't have looked at the shiny.
The shiny. Yeah, you can't look at the shiny. It brainwashes you, man.
Yeah, I completely lose my mind.
Oh, good. Just a reminder to the chat, I suppose. If you have any questions for me, please do ask them.
Yes, please do. We are taking
Odds
questions.
are I'll have an answer.
Yeah, for my 500, if I ever get there, I'm going to release the blooper reel that I have from last year. It's not all my bloopers, but it is a lot of them.
So, spooky season's upon us, Raven. You got any plans for that?
No. As shocking as it may sound, I've thought about Halloween and how I want to do stuff in October, and I have nothing. I've made my calendar, my normal calendar for the month, and I don't know. Something about it, I just feel like I should just keep doing as I'm doing and maybe throw in some extra, but I really don't have any actual plans, sadly.
Nice. I decided to do the 13 days of Halloween just to do like 13 days of constant uploads to see if that helps the channel grow any, and because I wanted to get a group of my friends together and get the stories from them and just have a reason to just drop a crap load of stories. And Raven's in that. I
am. I wrote a story specifically for you that is nowhere else at this point in time. For the second time, I might add.
Yeah. Raven's been on my channel like, is this like 5 or 6 times now?
Well, you did Songbird. You're the only channel that's done that one. You did Sound of Rain. You're the only channel that's done that one, and now you're going to be doing
that one.
What is it? Do you hear that? Can you hear that?
Can you hear that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 times.
That's 3, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, you read one of my stories. Another one. What else did you read? Screaming?
Screaming, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably going to grab a couple of yours off your website and
Go
doing
for it.
when I get the list that I've got in front of me done. And the first one is getting this St. Patrick's Day story done.
Oh, that's a little out of its...
Right.
Yeah, but
Time frame?
I need to get it done because I promised it to somebody. It's recorded and everything. I just have to finish fixing the audio and get the video put onto it.
Gotcha.
It's that close to being finished, guys. I'm not doing what I did last year for October. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm going to try to put a couple of extra things. If anybody wants me to do something for October, let me know and I will try. Right now, I am working on writing 3 stories at the same time.
Yeah.
And I need to talk to Midnight Researcher to see if I need to write a story for the Halloween broadcast from HorrorCon VR. I don't know if if we're to provide our own or not.
I think we are.
I think we are too, which means I need to either choose one of the ones I've written or write a new one.
Same.
And Possessed Radio and everybody else, October 13th is Creepypasta Day. So I will probably be putting out a creepypasta that day, for sure. It's also my dad's birthday, so
Oh, nice.
I marked that day as paranormal stories.
There.
Oh no.
There.
I'm
But
gonna
I
have to
think
move
I've
Paranormal 44.
Yeah, I think I have picked the story I want to do, but I'm not debating it. I'm just thinking about it.
Right.
Yeah, you're welcome, Danny. See, I didn't know about it either until I was told last year.
Actually, Raven, correction, we missed one. I also did The Last Sunset by you.
That's right.
I love that story.
Also, I'm going to let Raven know I'm probably going to attempt to do that one story we've been talking about me doing of yours for a while now, and see if I can get a proper level of sad in it.
A few short days.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I don't do sad very well, but I'm going to try because I know this is a sad story.
My dude, I don't even know where the hell that story came from. Other than I wasn't able to fall asleep that night and had a just random idea. So
that story made me cry.
Unless your story actually makes me sad, in which case it'll be easy.
31 days. I have been planning to do 31 days of Halloween for 2 years, and I have decided not to do it for the last 2 years, because I didn't get to write the stories for it.
You crazy, Danny. You crazy.
I cried at a few short days, fearsome. That was a very, very sad story.
I'll be real with you. I've listened to it a few times, and I don't remember it. That's not saying much. I rarely remember what I had for lunch the day before. So.
Fair. I'll accept it.
My brain's just like, I can only handle so much.
And my hat is off to anybody who can achieve the 31 days of Halloween. I know there are some people who do like the 12 days, or who was it that did 2 months? They did September and October. I can't remember. It was 2 years ago. So yeah, if you've already started recording for it, you're probably in good shape.
I'm actually tonight. I'm going to start recording for the 13 days. So
nice.
Oh, so wait. Are you gonna ask him to do a few short days, Steven? Yep, that's what he was going to ask you to do a few short days, Raven.
Okay. I have absolutely no problem with that. If you think you can nail it, go for it.
I think Steven will do a good job with it.
See,
I guess my only statement is you got to make sure you get the emotion right. That's my only requirement, I guess.
yeah. Danny, every time I went out for a conference, maybe this is just me, you guys tell me, like we went up to Seattle for a Microsoft conference, and after we'd leave the meetings, we'd go back to the hotel, and some people would go eat there, and some people would go eat here, and I'd go across the street to the restaurant right there, get my food, come back to the room with it, and sit down and eat it, and get on the computer and play something that would be relaxing to me, writing or whatever it happened to be. So yeah, that would be a work time for me for the channel if I had been in the channel at the time.
Yeah, no, whenever I've been to several tech conferences myself, I never really did the going out with the coworkers to get wasted. I think the closest I came to one of those was the RSA conference back in 2013, because I had to go to an after conference dinner. I didn't drink, but my boss was wasted.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol, so, and this goes back to my whole life. Now I have an even more excuse because I take medication that says don't drink alcohol with it. But it's just okay. I can get drunk off a can of Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola. So why do I need alcohol?
Right.
And my husband's over here going, true, very, very
That's
true.
funny.
I don't know if you can hear him.
No.
Not.
My brain, I knew that about you. My brain's just like, I'm going to take a minute to process that information.
It's actually any kind of cola drink. That is not root beer. That is not Dr. Pepper. It's basically like RC Cola, Sam's Cola, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola. Anything that's got the cola bean used in it. My body processes it and makes me drunk.
That sucks.
And yeah, he says it basically makes me act like I've had too much alcohol. And I usually remember everything. Sometimes I don't. Okay, one time I don't. But I usually also have the morning after headache, stomach ache, nausea, diarrhea, all that crap. So it's why would I do it with actual alcohol?
Right.
So I might actually try the 31 days of Halloween next year because I'll be, God willing, I'll still be with my girlfriend, so I'll be in a area that is more conducive to recording. I'll have soundproofing. There won't be a highway there and less people in the house, so I'll have more time to actually record. So maybe next year I'll try the 31 days of Halloween.
Like I said, if I get the stories written, I have a list of story topics actually for the 31 days of Halloween. It actually has 32 stories. But I haven't written all the stories. So I refuse to give everybody half-assed work.
Yeah, that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it leads to quality. It's a bad thing because if you're like me and you're writing something, it just doesn't. You just kind of stare at it until you hit the right mentality.
Mm-hmm. And
Exactly.
I've been finding that lately.
And that's when Filia hits me over the head metaphorically and says, "Let it go. Let it go."
If I was there, I'd hit her over the head literally.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, that's my issue. I want to write stuff. I need to write stuff. I got the one for PA. I need to get one for 42. I have other people I need to write stories for. And I have tons of writing prompts and topics and ideas, and I just try to start them, and it just doesn't work unless my brain is working with me.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the one I wrote recently for UPA, like I told you, I didn't know what the hell I was writing until I got about halfway through.
Yeah, Ravens is an interesting story.
Yeah.
Interesting in a good way, not a bad way.
Raven's a great
Obviously.
writer. For anybody who hasn't read his writings or listened to his writings, he is
Raven's
a great writer.
Raven's great at all kind of writing, but he shines through when it comes to like psychological horror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is that your favorite kind of horror?
it is.
I figured.
If it messes with the mind, I like it. That's kind of my whole thing.
So my last video on Wednesday, I called it The Attraction, was about a group of kids that went to a haunted attraction. They stayed there because they heard it was haunted, legitimately haunted, and like just shit hit the fan. And by the end of it, people were like, "I thought this sounded like it could be a movie," and I'm like, "Well, apparently I did my job well." And it was, to me, it was just a half-ass story that I pulled out of nowhere that I wrote up, said good enough, and just ended up sending the lines to Spirit Voices and Curious Raven because I wrote it so fast, but it turned out to be really good. So I'm like, hey, apparently my really fast stuff is better than whenever I take my sweet time.
Yeah. Patience says, what's crazy is his writing prompts or inspiration, like how he goes from a printer to a horror story, is insane to me. That was a great story, though.
Yes, Raven's office story was epic.
So, Error CL1, that story was actually inspired by a coffee mug I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Xerox coffee mug. I got it from RSA 2013, way back.
Now, since Steven wants to do a few short days here soon, I might just say hold off on that one and do the Error CL1 story.
If you want to, that's a weird story.
I like weird stories, dude. Have you heard the one story when Boston comes alive on my channel? Oh
yeah,
my!
I know your stuff, man. I know it's you've done some weird ones.
Oh my sweet Jesus, that story! I literally got in VZ, and after I was done with it, I'm like, what in the fuck did I just read?
I actually want to see that movie, Creepy Cody. I do.
Mouth of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
What movie?
Mouth of Madness. However, I put in 3 or 4 days ago for a thing that one of the it's a study that they're doing. They want to have somebody, and I'm assuming it's going to be more than one person, watch 13 horror movies that they have lined out, to watch 13 horror movies that they name, and wear this Fitbit to tell the heart rate while you're watching them to see what the difference in the scares are as far as heart rate are concerned. And they want to see also the difference in the quality of the movie, being like where Blair Witch used almost no funding to something like Rob Zombie's Halloween. That's not actually on the list. But something that's got a lot of Halloween 2018 is actually on the list. So, so it's an interesting precept, and I really hope I get into it.
I'd be horrible for that study because I have anxiety, so like my heart rate would be so rapid, like it would fluctuate so rapidly. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought, though. You know.
Right. That's why I hate wearing my Garmin, because I'll look at it, it'll be like 70, 70, 130, 70.
But I'm looking forward to it, and
yeah,
I
sounds
hope
awesome.
I get it. And they might actually pay me for it.
Even better.
But yeah, it's my housemate saw the link in the news that he was going through, and he's like, you need to put in for this because this is right up your alley.
I'd put that thing on, I'd watch those movies, and they'd be like, did you even watch them? Why? Your heart rate didn't fluctuate. Yeah, I watched them. They just weren't scary.
There's only two movies on the list that I really haven't seen before, but I want to see them. And there's two movies on the list that I don't like, but I'll watch them.
What movies are those?
The Purge and Paranormal Activity are the two I don't actually like that much. Annabelle, I don't like on that one that they changed the story.
Right.
And I haven't seen Quiet Place 2 and I haven't seen Get Out. So those are the two that I haven't seen.
Get Out, I liked. Quiet Place 2, it wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still good.
I love the first one. And the first one was on the list as well. So watching those back to back. But I'm looking at this list of 13 and I'm going, this is like 2 days watching of movies, guys. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Raven, what was the last horror movie you watched?
Why do you gotta ask that question?
Because I know you don't watch a lot of horror movies.
Jesus, what was the last horror movie I watched? I guess that one's kind of horror. Patience said the Belko Experiment.
Okay.
That was a decent movie. Yeah, that's the last one I remember too.
Reaper's Horror. Hi, hon.
Hey,
How
Reaper,
are you
how's it going,
doing? I'm sorry about your loss, hon. I really am. And that was a downer.
No, you're fine. I was just
No,
like, I'm a terrible guest for that question because I just don't watch horror.
All right. Well, instead of the last horror movie you watched, what was your, do you have a favorite one that you've watched? Because I know you like psychological movies, so I assume you watched a few of those.
So the reason I hate this question is because you ask it, and I'm gonna sit here and think and be like, what was my favorite horror movie? And then I'm going to be able to say, I cannot for the life of me think of anyone. And then once we get off this interview, I'll be like, that movie was really good.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate that. That is literally the worst thing ever. It's just like, I don't know. Oh, that's the movie I was trying to remember.
Just change the question. What's my favorite movie? Office Space. And then followed very closely by Idiocracy.
Yeah, I don't like the favorite question, period, because
right.
Where does A Knight's Tale fall in that list of movies?
A Knight's Tale?
Yeah.
ew.
With Heath Ledger?
Yes.
I mean, it's a pretty good movie, but I don't know if I'd say it's one of my favorites.
Hey, but what's that noise about, Mia?
I have historical issues with that movie.
Who cares about historical issues? It was funny.
It was funny, but it was not historically accurate, and I know that
I don't think they were trying to be. I think they were just trying to make. They were trying to mix and match like modern day and like ancient times together, and they did a really good job with it.
But there were people who took it as historically accurate.
Those people need to just enjoy the entertainment.
I agree, but you know how that goes. We're
It's
making
historically accurate as Titanic.
As we all know, it happened in that exact way.
If I want to watch a Titanic movie, I'm going to watch a movie called either The Unsinkable Molly Brown or A Night to Remember.
You know what? Favorite horror movie. I can think of it now. Because it's one of the ones that most people will be like, that's a horror movie, and I will say yes. And that is Buried with Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Can't say I've seen it, but okay.
You should.
You should.
The entire movie is just Ryan Reynolds. Like, the beginning,
is that the one where he's like under, like buried underground?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, I've seen it.
And it is almost 2 hours long, and it is a goddamn good movie. That movie, I would say, is my favorite horror movie. Absolutely. Nice.
I haven't seen it in so long. I might actually have to try to find it somewhere and watch it again.
Yeah, because I mentioned that to someone else recently, and then I looked up, and there was like nowhere to stream it whatsoever. You had to buy it.
Yeah. that's been my problem with watching movies lately because, well, we had a hurricane and a lot of our money went to hurricane relief and is still trying to go there. But yeah, that's.
All right, but full stop. The Blu-ray on Amazon's $10.
It's not bad at all.
Sorry, I just went over and looked. I'm like, okay, $10, I can afford that.
Yeah, but again, if you're in the middle of what we're into the middle of.
No, right. I wasn't saying that like in a statement to retaliate against what you were saying. I was saying, but I guess in my defense, it's only $10 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Defending
Hi,
myself. Rando.
What's up, Rando? How you doing, buddy?
What is up, brother?
Got both of your brothers up here, and you're not here, Rando.
Right.
I was actually thinking about signing up for Shudder.
I would love to do that, but I can't afford it right now.
It's like $6 a month, and I'm like, I could swing that. And if I can't, I could always just cancel my YouTube premium thing and just. Oh, holy crap! Madam Raven's in the house. Hey, Madam, how you doing?
Madam Raven.
Raven is in the hot seat. So the seat's not feeling very hot, to be honest. It's quite a cool seat.
We don't put anybody in the hot seat. You know that, Madam Raven.
This is honestly less of an interview show and more of a just let's bring someone up and hang out. We'll ask them a few questions here and there, but we'll mostly we just chat.
Chud was good. However, if there's two movies called The Descent and The Descent 2, I got sucked into those movies somehow, and I really enjoyed them. And no, I'm not saying they're my favorite because I really, like I said, I hate the favorite question because the minute I say something's my favorite, I'll think of something else that's also my favorite, and something else, and something else, and something else, and yeah.
Actually, I do got to ask Raven one question.
Please
so,
do.
Raven.
Oh no.
The world is now overrun by alligators that can fly. How does humanity fare?
Horribly. Was there more of an answer than that? Because
no, it's just my new favorite question. Mia came up with it, but it just the second I read it, it made me die. And I'm like, this is my question. I claim it.
All right. I mean, it's a good question. My thoughts are they would just fare horribly because, I mean, by that point, you're pretty much just throwing dragons into the mix.
See, Raven, me and Raven think alike because I said the next evolutionary mutation would be they would start breathing fire.
Okay, so update. Because last week I told you guys about this. During the hurricane, or shortly thereafter, there was a man here locally who went wading in the water, flooding out in his street and yard. And an alligator bit his arm off. And his wife was able to get him away from the alligator and had him in the yard while she went in to call for help. She came out and he was nowhere to be seen. It's either yesterday or the day before they found the alligator. And he has human remains within him. I told you the alligator ate him.
Moral of the story. Mother Nature's scary. Stay out of it.
Giant lizards? Yeah.
Right. But on a serious question, do you have any like paranormal or supernatural instances that actually have happened to you, Raven?
So, unfortunately not. The closest thing I would say I've had to that, and PA, you may remember this, way back in one of my first live streams, there was a really weird whisper that was caught in one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That was pointed out to me.
I do remember that.
Never figured out what the hell it was. It wasn't the music. It wasn't me. It was just some weird whisper. Never figured out what was said. No clue. That's about the closest I've had. I've never personally had anything crazy. I will say whenever I was a kid, one time, I was in my dad's car. Don't remember where the hell we were going or what we were doing. But I remember there was a light that was very UFO-esque in how it flew. And we chased it for a while, and then we lost it past the McDonald's that we lived by. And some would say, oh, maybe it's a drone, but I'm going to remind you, this was back in, like, 1997.
No drones, guys.
Right.
No drones.
Right. So it was weird. I very vividly remember seeing this, just a plain light. There was nothing crazy about it. It was just a white light that moved in a very erratic and quick pattern. That didn't make any sense.
That's crazy.
Those are the only two events that I've had in my life that I can even think of.
And I mean, drones could have existed at that time, but if they did, only the military would have something like that.
With all respect, even if the drones were pushing into the public use, I lived in Kansas City.
Right.
Okay.
So Reaper asks, if you're not able to answer what your favorite film is, what is the worst horror film you've ever seen?
Oh.
So that's a really hard question to answer, because my old answer would be the movie Midnight Meat Train, but after watching it the second time, or like watching it like several years later, it's a really good movie. Like it's cheesy as hell, but watching it, you're like, this movie was put together really well. So, as far as like worst horror, okay, what was the one? Huh? Evil Elevator. I don't remember that one. I was thinking of the. Sorry?
The Evil Elevator the Devil?
Yes, it was the one with the old lady. Spoiler alert. There was the people in the elevator were dying, and the devil was actually the old lady.
Yeah.
That movie was stupid. That movie came out while I worked at Blockbuster, and it was one of the ones I rented as an employee, and it was the dumbest movie ever. What was the one movie we saw? Was it like Poltergeist 4, where the lamp was possessed?
Yeah.
It was Amityville Horror like 3 or 4 or something. The dumbest. Oh my god! Like
they went.
There
stupid.
were some.
Is it dumber than Sharknado?
Oh, zombies.
Okay.
Of the
Sharknado is. Sharknado was ironically stupid. That movie that was a possessed lamp. PA. Okay. And it killed people.
Well, I mean, you got a possessed box and another. Anyway. Reaper says Zombie of the Oasis is his. Do not watch that movie. It is absolute garbage and makes no sense. Now I've got to go watch it.
Right.
Midnight Meat Train is my favorite Barker story.
Like, okay, the movie, the whole premise is really cheesy, and you're just like, why am I watching this? Like, the first time I watched it, again, Blockbuster, so it was a long time, it was years ago. I watched it, we watched it, and was like, that was really stupid. And then it was on Pluto, what, like 6 months ago? It was on Pluto like 6 months ago. I turned on the TV at like 7 in the morning, and it was on, and I'm like, okay. So we just watched it. And it was like, actually, I guess you were upstairs, but I watched it. I was like, the movie was put together really well. And it just, you just don't expect it, you know what I mean? It's like one of those stupid horror movies where you're like, that was a good movie. As terrible as it was.
I don't know what Fearsome did, but she goes, okay, now I've triggered Rando with electric trucks. I will be leaving soon. Take care, everyone.
Fairly certain that's a reference to this morning's stream on 242's channel.
Probably.
That was Cybertruck.
Probably.
With Kawaii Poltergeist. Yeah.
Werewolf Island, wasn't there an episode of Scooby-Doo that was Werewolf Island? I really think there was one. Shockwaves, Nazi zombie movie.
Never heard of that one.
I'm gonna have to look these up because now I have to watch them. Really need to watch them.
So out of curiosity, Raven, do you have a favorite narration or narrations on your channel?
Honestly, my narration of A Few Short Days is actually one of my favorites that I've done. I don't like to play favorites with like my other authors I've worked with. There's Your Stories, I love those. Ray's stories are always really good. Blake's are always fantastic. Pretty much anyone who has their own playlist on my channel.
Dude, Ray, did I send you that one sentence in part 2 of Ray that I'm just like, dude, fuck you. Did I send that to you, Raven?
You did, yeah.
Oh my god. That was like, why do you hate me? Funny thing is, though, I nailed that in like the 3rd try.
Nice.
I've messed up normal sentences 15 to 20 times, but that one I got, I hit it on the 3rd try, and I was like, okay, fine.
Okay, guys, we've got 10 minutes. So, Raven.
But,
Yep.
Question for you well, is it actually a question for you? I love Pedo Crushing. Yeah, he's great. Do you have any questions for the two of us?
Unfortunately, no. I talk to you both pretty frequently, so.
no.
No.
But is there like a creepypasta or a fictional story that you've heard recently, Raven, that are like at all that you just absolutely stuck out to you that maybe you haven't narrated, but you just heard from somebody else?
You know, I'm going to be honest. I haven't actually listened to a whole lot of videos recently. I put a lot of time into my channel. You know that. I don't have a whole lot of time to listen. I'll give you the answer you want. You know, I like your channel, PA. Go sub to PA.
That's what I was actually looking for. I was just wondering if there was a story
I was joking.
I know. But I was just wondering if there was a story that you've heard that was like technically sound or just like hit all the right notes for you that you just like, this story was amazing.
You know what? I will. I'm going to promote another channel that probably doesn't get as much promotion and doesn't really need it at this point in time. Someone who always does an absolutely amazing job, and I don't think gets the praise he deserves, is Magnetar.
Yeah.
I will say, dude shot past me in subs at 6.8K, but I really feel like his technical prowess in his videos is perfect. He does them perfectly.
Yeah, he is really good.
He is, like, in my opinion, he is the de facto sci-fi narrator at this point. And I really wish he would just shoot up to like 100K, but he did explode pretty well recently.
Well, last time I wasn't paying attention to his sub count, but like last time I remember he was at like a little over 1,000 subs, and then like I looked at, like, I saw the thing on Twitter about like 6K subs. I'm like, what?
That's what I'm saying. So he and I had a conversation on Twitter about monetization because he was finally monetized not too long ago. And
That's
then
good.
like the next time I looked, he was at 6,000, almost 6,000. He had a story that like it randomly exploded, and from there it has just absolutely fed him. The machine has, which is awesome. I love that.
That is really great.
I'm trying to find an exact date too, actually, as to when it happened. Sorry, I know it's not really important to the show, but it's just one of those things.
No, man. Like, by all means, I asked the question, you're answered.
I feel like it was back in August. Like back at the beginning of August, I was all like, "Damn, dude, I saw you hit 2,000 or 3,000 or whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, it's crazy." Now he's at 6K. It's just fucking insane.
You know who else recently did that, and I don't know, like, but for different reasons, was Jensen. The guy did like a 5K subscriber special, and then like 4 months later, he was at like 25,000 subscribers. I'm like, what is going on?
Okay, so June 20th, he sent me a picture saying that he had finally made enough money to pull out of to actually get paid on YouTube, so $100. He was at 1,293 subs on June 20th. So July, August, within 2.5 months, he's at almost 7,000.
I have
That's
to say
awesome.
that's something that is a misconception.
Okay.
By a lot of people who are not actually YouTubers. A lot of listeners and unfortunately a lot of writers that write for YouTubers is that you don't actually make a lot of money.
Just assume once you get
monetized,
you magically are making like massive bank.
You don't.
Okay.
You don't.
So I'll go on record, full disclosure. I'm at almost 5K and I make about 300 a month. So if that tells you anything.
That's crazy.
You have to make over 100 a month.
Yes.
100 period to get anything. And
Yes.
they take a massive amount of money out.
So if anybody
40%.
hasn't, just go binge watch Raven's channel for me. Get him some more money.
It's not about the money for me. I have no problem being transparent about that because I want people to understand, like, being monetized doesn't mean you make bank.
No.
Yeah.
You basically, whenever you hit monetization, you get what's called a CPM, which is your cost per melee, which is how much you make per 1,000 views. And on my channel, my CPM, I think, is about $10 at most. But the thing is, that fluctuates. It is consistently in fluctuation. It doesn't stay $10. It's $10 today. It'll be $7 tomorrow.
And it's $5 the next day.
Well, typically you don't want it going down that far, but like that's what I'm saying. Like it fluctuates. Looking at my graph between $7 and I had a day where it was at 15. So it's in complete fluctuation. You don't get a constant amount. And the money I make in September, I will get paid at the end of October.
Right.
So the system is very confusing.
And it's to say that it is built against narrators is kind of true.
Kind of. I would definitely say it's not built in our favor.
Yeah.
Maybe not to our detriment, but not in our favor. So.
But yeah, it's a misconception that, you know, you get monetized, you're automatically making thousands of dollars. No, you're not. You don't make thousands of dollars. You'll be lucky to make $100. You know?
Right.
I mean, we used to joke with Raven saying, you know, well, today's your $5 video, right?
Right. Yeah, those would be my yeah.
But,
and what sucks is your cost per melee, your amount per 1,000 views can actually be affected by like super chats and live streams.
Oh, really?
Yes, it can actually be affected negatively.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
And they take a percent. I think it's a different percentage.
40%. 40%. It's 40 flat.
40 flat.
It is 40 flat.
I think it used to be different. It was a different amount that they took out for the super chats versus the videos.
I think it used to be, but it's 40 flat. So if you donate $10 to a super chat, they're taking 4.
Okay.
And mind you,
so
we still have to pay taxes.
Yeah. Do they take the taxes out before they send it to you?
Nope.
Okay.
It is YouTube payment is considered royalties, and as such, you are responsible for estimated tax payments.
Right. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure people understood this.
No, sure. I have no problem talking about this stuff because I'm analytical as hell. So
I know you.
So how do you get your like W2 or W4 or whatever from YouTube?
I've actually not received one because this is my first year monetized.
So he'll be able to answer that next January.
Yeah. Well, I was monetized back in October, technically, of 2020. 2020, but I made like 50, 60. I think my first payment wasn't until December, so.
Okay. And if you and that's another thing, and don't quote me on this, I'm not an accountant, but there is a level of amount of money if you make below, you do not have to file a tax return.
I believe it's $600 annually.
So, yeah, I file a tax return even though I'm on disability.
Right.
But then they don't count that money towards anything. I just do it because my dad's a CPA and my husband works.
Right.
So.
No, yeah, taxes are going to be weird for me this year. Not going to lie to you.
Yeah. Anything else?
I got nothing else.
I'm looking at PA. Metaphorically. And he's being quiet.
Yeah.
He has got himself on mute.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm looking.
He is muted again.
What?
He's talking to somebody in the background, my assumption.
Yeah, probably. I don't think he spontaneously combusted Reaper.
No, he didn't literally blow up. If he did, his channel wouldn't be growing still, so that would suck.
Yeah, that would suck.
But it would give us all an opportunity to move in and take on that niche that he's in. So let's do that. I wouldn't do that. Bagnatar's a great guy. He is honestly a really good guy to talk to. So
yeah, I enjoy listening to him.
Yeah.
So has anybody got any more questions for Raven? Probably not.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
A lot of us do get to talk to you on a very frequently.
Yeah, no, I try to always be available. So if anyone ever has any questions about like what they think they should do on their channel, how they, could grow their channel, ideas, thoughts like that, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at brainstorming. I'll never tell you that you absolutely should do something, but I will give advice on what's worked for me. Just shoot me a message on Twitter or Discord.
The one I sent you earlier, I'm thinking of doing ASMR.
Okay. That would be interesting. I've had an idea similar to that, and I don't think I'm good at it.
What don't you think you're good at, Raven?
ASMR.
Dude, somebody's like, you should try ASMR. I'm like, no, I just sound like a serial killer whispering into your ear, okay?
That's the point. I mean, Possessed Radio, what should I do with my channel?
That's your
Fix
kink.
me.
What should you do?
Stop uploading videos.
You say stop?
Start.
Oh.
Yes. I said stop because Steven didn't upload for a couple weeks, and he gained like a lot of subscribers from just not uploading. And whenever he would upload, he would just lose subscribers. So your best bet is just to not upload.
Only 2 in this realm? Oh no.
Okay. Let's.
So
it looks like you should do creepypastas are doing well on your channel.
I thought about doing creepypastas, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah, we got to get Possessed Radio more subs.
Nah, he's okay, I suppose.
So the Traveler's Tavern is hosted by the Nevermore Collective. Please, if you have not subscribed, go down, hit that button, subscribe. I just got derailed by 2 corpses.
Infinite, he's offering corpses to people again.
The Nevermore Collective was created by Raven to offer a place for things that we don't do on our regular channels that don't seem to fit. So, we now host the Traveler's Tavern. We have Grave Matters, which I think has moved to Thursdays.
And we move into Thursdays next month. Yes.
And there's a show called Myths and Monsters.
Monsters and Myths with the 242 and Bard. They didn't do an episode last month, and I'm very upset about that.
You're right. I noticed that too. I was a little disappointed because I always really enjoy those streams.
But there's if you have something, a video or a live stream that you want to do that doesn't quite fit your channel in some way, you can contact any one of us. Raven, obviously, PA, me, Filia, Silver Threads, 42. I'm trying to think of names, guys.
CCG.
CCG. Who else have I forgotten?
Yourself?
Oh, no, I said me. I said me.
Basically any of us.
Yeah.
So, if I hit 500, I'm quitting. No, Fearsome, you're not allowed.
Hey, you know what, Mr. Radio? Mr. Steve. Anyways, if you want to do a live stream on the Collective where you do interpretive dance, just hit us up. Let us know. I can make you a channel manager so you can go live.
You can also put up your own videos.
Yeah, of your interpretive dancing. I mean, we won't stop you, my friend.
And hi, Josie.
Steven, if this is a ruse just for you to shake your flat chest at us, it's not gonna work.
Just told him.
Hey, Josie, how you doing, bestie? Oh, me and Josie Josie makes fun of him for not having any boobs, so Josie was in here, so I had to harass him some.
Okay.
Yes, the Burb Man.
Herb man.
But yeah, we are open to, you know, what you want to do that doesn't fit, and maybe if you want to try something out new, try it over here, see if it works. If it works and it will fit in your channel, you can go do it on your channel. Thank you.
We do the stuff and the things over here. Enjoy it.
Yeah,
That's my commercial.
Okay. So just remember, once you've joined the collective, you can never leave.
You can leave Nevermore. Nevermore.
See, I had to get you to do that way.
Sleep well, friends.
I love that part of your videos.
I just love it because Raven's like, all right, that was uncomfortable. Sleep well, friends.